My hair is breaking. That is not clickbait, that is the truth. I have been natural for years and I have struggled with learning how to take care of my hair, and even when I have taken care of my hair, sometimes things do fall apart. I do suffer an iron deficiency as well, so it just makes things a tad more complicated. So I'm here to talk about how my hair is doing for real. Obviously it's the end of the year, so I was really looking at my hair and just giving it a good assessment, and while it is retaining its length, I sort of noticed that it's thinning a little bit towards the ends, and that is probably, you know, one of the biggest signs of breakage. But also at my crown here, I've noticed this has always been a problem for me since going natural, really. My hair is shorter here at the crown, and just, you know, here and there in the hair, you can see that there is, you know, a reasonable amount of hair that is shorter, much shorter than the rest of my hair. So yeah, I'm here to talk about it, what I think is the problem, how to fix it, and how I'm going to be moving forward. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on videos twice a week. I like to talk about natural hair and I share my journey on how I'm caring for my hair on this channel. So if you're interested in that, be sure to join the community. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So like I said, end of the year, I was doing an assessment of my hair. I will be trimming my hair straight after this video, and yeah, I've noticed that there's a few issues in there. I don't necessarily consider it a setback per se, but an opportunity for me to improve on my regimen. It's important to note that products do mask the real condition of our hair. So once in a while, it's good to sort of, you know, take time to really look at your hair without all the oils, conditioners, and butters that we have on our hair. And also to give yourself a good trim and just a, you know, close-up hair assessment to see how you're going and to see if there's things that you can improve with your hair, whether it's dryness, breakage, single strand knots, whatever the case. Now, while I'm sure some of the, you know, like the differences in the lengths of my hair is as a result of shedding, because our hair does shed, I believe there is also, you know, some breakage in there. Before it gets worse or just, you know, at a stage where I can't reverse it, I'm here to talk about what I think is causing it and how I'll be improving it forward, moving forward, and also what you can do as well if you experience something like this. So like I said before, iron is an issue for me. I do struggle with an iron deficiency, and while I try as much as possible to keep on top of my supplements and my diet, sometimes things fall apart. And yeah, I remember saying to my husband earlier this week, I said, I feel like something's wrong, and I guess that's my body sort of telling me I'm running a little bit low. I was just feeling really tired and low on energy. So I went ahead and bought my iron supplement. This is the one that I like to use, guys. It's a liquid iron and it's not too bad to drink. It's natural, that's why I like it. Sometimes I will drink tablets, but generally speaking, this is the one that I like to use. Comment below if you guys have, you know, other options that you reckon work better for iron deficiency. My issue with iron, taking tablets, is just constipation. The minute I start to take the tablets, yeah, my bowel routine is off the window, and I hate that, and that's why I stay away from them. So I'm I've been having this for a while and it doesn't cause me any issues, so I try to take it. Whether or not it's giving me the best, that's debatable, but that's what's happening. Obviously diet is a huge one. I'm not a huge red meat eater, and I think that puts me at a disadvantage. I'm mostly pescatarian, so I eat fish and that, you know, and I guess I could up my game on greens. I know moringa is great for iron, but it tastes horrible. So yeah, I struggle to drink moringa. But you know, I know that with the iron, I just need to get on top of it. There's no two ways about it. The other thing that I think is probably causing me this problem is just being on YouTube. YouTube is great because I can make content and show you how to do hair, etc. But it does take a toll. It does take a toll on you because it's frequent, you know, and you end up dealing with your hair more than you want to. So YouTube has definitely taken a toll. Over manipulation is probably one of those things. Trying new products, someone sent you a product, you try it out. I've just done the 30-day hair detox, which, you know, I was in my hair every week. So all those things add up, and yeah, they can result in your hair not being at its best. I also think that rough handling is a factor, especially if I'm in a hurry, especially for filming, unfortunately. And yeah, while I try as much as possible, I think 80% of the time I'm gentle with my hair, but there are situations where I'm rushing through, and yeah, that, you know, you experience breakage because of that. So that's one thing that's probably a reason. And also moisture. While my hair, I try to keep my hair moisturized as much as possible, but once again, there are times that it's not at its best, like it will be dry. And yeah, whether or not this particular year that has been the case, or the last couple of years, I don't know, but I'm just sort of speculating that's probably one issue that I could improve on, or that, you know, can improve the condition of my hair. Another one is protein. I think I've spoken about this in other videos, but protein is something that I need to up my game about and just give my hair a little bit more oomph to withstand all the combing and the manipulation that sometimes has to happen. But yeah, protein is definitely one that I think, yeah, a lack of protein is possibly a culprit in the breakage that I'm experiencing. Unhealthy ends is another one. My ends, yeah, this time around I have prolonged them, I think a month. Yeah, it's overdue a trim, like a month, and whether or not that has contributed to my breakage, you know, it's more than likely, but I know that is one thing that can be, you know, fixed to allow for smoother ends and obviously less breakage when you deal with your hair. Another one is harsh shampoos and overwashing. While clarifying is a good thing, and I will clarify, and I do clarify when required, I think that if you overdo it, it can cause some issues, and I'm not sure whether that's a particular issue. Maybe not necessarily overwashing, like harsh shampoos for me, but I'll say that again. Not necessarily that I am using harsh shampoos per se, but more I'm washing too much. I'm cleansing the hair too much. So yeah, before my sebum can find its home, like the hair is already being stripped of that, and I'm trying to manually add back moisture into the hair. So, you know, I believe that has actually contributed to the dryness in my hair that obviously results in breakage. Hair ties. Unfortunately, one of my favorite styles is a bun, whether at the back here or up here. And it's possible that sometimes the bun itself will be loose, but how do I put this? Like the bun on the scalp might be loose, but the tie might be, how do I say this? Sometimes I put it over too many times, you know? I don't have a hair tie to show you what I'm talking about. So maybe sometimes the hair is squeezed a little bit too much with the hair ties, and it's a cotton, like I use cotton ties, and I'm thinking maybe to just swap to like a scrunchie, a satin scrunchie. I know Green Beauty uses a bun bracket. I'm not really too familiar about it. If you know much about it, comment below, but I'm looking into that, and I think it you know, it's gentler on the hair and it prevents breakage. Now the dryness and the breakage at the crown of my hair here, I believe there's 3 reasons, actually 4 reasons why it might be the case, and it's not too good at this particular section of my hair. The first one is that, you know, I part my hair in 4s, and even if I don't do it in 4 sections, sometimes even if it's 6, there's a lot of repeated tension that happens around here. So maybe that contributes to breakage. It is possible that this part of my head, being the toppest part of my body, obviously is exposed to the environment and just sun and the cold, the wind, etc., and just not given the best opportunity to thrive. And I know that also, once again, being the top of my head, blood flow is not really at its best up here because of gravity. Obviously the blood will just generally naturally just trickle down rather than stay up. Let me know if you experience breakage at the crown and what you do for your hair to make sure that you take care of this particular section of. I know a few people have had this problem and there's ways around it, but yeah, comment below if you have any experience around this.
By the way, tight buns and tying your hair in the same position over and over again can also contribute to the breakage of hair at that particular spot. And for me, this is the spot where I normally have my buns, and I believe that's probably one of the reasons that I'm experiencing some of the breakage around this area.
So how I intend to fix it, the first thing is obviously health, just my general health, my nutrition, my diet, and exercise a little bit more to get that circulation on the scalp. Yeah, just go hard with my diet. Obviously we're not perfect people, so I'm not promising to just be perfect, but obviously because I know that my health affects my hair, I have to up my game with that. I am considering switching up my regimen to wash less, or if I do wash, just wash mainly my scalp and allow for my hair to be washed in twists. That way I'm not detangling it necessarily, to allow for less breakage while still rehydrating the hair like that.
Now, while I'm on the issue of prolonging my wash days, can I just say that for people that wash weekly or less than every week, can you please not come at me about this? Because once again, every natural hair journey is very different. I have to do what I think works for me and what I believe to be necessary for the health and the growth of my hair, and I'm not interested in the bullying and the putting down of other people's regimens. Whether you believe it or not, Caucasian people are also prolonging their wash days, and dermatologists actually recommend that some hair textures like ours, curly, coily, coarse hair, might actually benefit from prolonged wash days because you get to experience more sebum accumulation, and obviously sebum is very nourishing to the hair and very moisturizing to the hair. So rather than washing our hair as frequently as we think we should, it might actually benefit us to prolong those wash days so we can experience the sebum. There's a few articles around this, and a dermatologist called Angela Lamb actually speaks to this. I'm not sure if I would have done a video discussing her article by the time you watch this one. If so, there'll be a link above. Otherwise, I will put a link to her article in the description below. All in all, we all have to assess our hair and see what works best for each one of us. The dermatologists do say that one size does not fit all, while other people's hair will stink if it's not washed regularly because they've got such a high production of sebum and dandruff. For other people, their hair might actually experience a breakthrough, guys, like literally. So I am excited for this journey, and if this is not your thing, I would rather you just stop watching and find content that you find valuable rather than putting people down that care for their hair different to yours. Okay, enough said.
So another thing is to not use hair extensions too much. When your hair is not at its optimum, it's the worst time to add hair in there because you need access to the hair to nourish it, to moisturize it, to cleanse it, etc. So I think I'm going to slow down on the extensions in my hair and just do twists as I normally do, or maybe the headband wig if I have to here and there, and just be gone with it. Yeah, I think those are the two that probably work for me. I know the headband wig works. If I did like crochet, it would work as well, but you know, it's added hair. So although I do have some access to my hair, it's not complete access. So, you know, it's probably something that I'll do if I have to, but generally speaking, trying to keep my hair, you know, just my hair on so I can access it and moisturize it and, you know, do scalp massages, obviously, which is the next point. Scalp massaging helps stimulate the hair, the scalp, for blood flow and ultimately hair growth, or better hair growth. Obviously, I don't need to say this, I think it goes without saying, but I will be cleansing my hair, because cleansing your hair is important to allow for the washing of all the buildup, etc. But overwashing is not what I'm here for, and obviously overwashing is debatable. What is overwashing? Each person has to decide what is overwashing for their hair. So I will cleanse my hair to, you know, make sure that I give it a good opportunity to, you know, breathe, remove buildup, allow moisture in, etc., without overwashing it. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I'll be working towards a regimen that looks like that, you know. And of course, protein treatments to strengthen the hair and prevent breakage. That's another one that I could add in my regimen. So I'm thinking to go, like I said already, gentler with the hair ties, but also bobby pins. Maybe I will, instead of using the bobby pins that are like closed, I'll use more the open ones. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those ones, but they are gentler on the hair. And yeah, just be more cautious about how tightly, you know, I make my buns. I haven't felt that they've been tight, but it's possible that they have been. Our hair can be very fragile, so you know, you never know. It's something that I can definitely look into. And obviously the tightness of the ponytail not only helps the hair to not break, but also helps the scalp to not be strained. You know, the tension at the scalp is also not good. So it's a win-win situation with gentler hair ties or scrunches. Herbal treatments. I'm all about the herbs, guys. DIYs, you know, I share that on this channel. I will look into massaging. I've already spoken about massaging my scalp, but you know, massaging with my herbal treatments, but also with use my herbal treatments to do hot oil treatments and incorporate them in, you know, other, you know, products that I use, for example, just to get that full nourishment, because I believe in them. Yeah, and see how that works and how that goes for me. So that's what I intend to do. Let me know what you think. If you've ever had a similar situation. I had something similar, I believe, before I did my big chop, 2015, I believe. But yeah, now I'm more equipped to actually handle it before it gets out of hand. And obviously these issues only show up when your hair starts to retain that length, and I'm not all about the length. I actually want healthy length. So, you know, I'd rather work on my hair before it gets so long and, you know, unhealthy, you know, and I can't resolve it. I'd rather do it now than later. I personally don't necessarily see this as a setback anymore, like I did when I was newly natural and I freaked out and I chopped my hair. You guys know my story. But I actually see it as an opportunity to improve my regimen. I don't need to cut my hair, I just need to trim it. It is not unhealthy hair, I just don't like the rate at which I'm experiencing breakage, and I want it to be thick, you know, all the way through, not just, you know, midway and then little bits of hair at the ends. I want my hair to be thick all the way through, and I am going to go full throttle with a regimen that helps me to do that. Comment below, let me know what you think. Be sure to subscribe, click that notification, and be sure not to miss out on any videos twice a week. Until next time, bye.